what do you think the Vikings plan moving forward is going to be? Because that's the biggest, I imagine, free agent domino right now, right? Would be what Sam Darnold is going to do because other teams might offer. I mean, we had, our colleague from Pittsburgh, Jerry Dulac, come on today and say, when I asked him, who do you think crystal ball at first week quarterback for the Steelers is going to be? He mentioned Justin Fields. And I said, what about not in the building? And he said Sam Darnold would be an option. So the question is would he even be available? What do you think the Vikings are thinking first blush after their season-ending loss? Mike?
Rich, it's amazing what a difference 8 days makes.
No doubt.
Sam Darnold riding high before kickoff of the Week 18 game in Detroit against the Lions, and the moment got to him. He started throwing helium balloons in the red zone. They could have won that game. They should have won that game. And then he didn't recover from it before the playoff game the following Monday night. He lost a lot of money in 8 days. And does that mean he stays in Minnesota? Do they turn the page to J.J. McCarthy? I think they're going to be more inclined to after what they saw, because you can't just ignore the fact, we got 14 wins with Sam Darnold, but also when it was time to go play in the playoffs, he didn't deliver. Now, the other issue in Minnesota, when you mentioned free agent, I thought you were going, even though he's a year away from it, the head coach, Kevin O'Connell's got 1 year left on his contract. And when our friend Jay Glazer dropped that bomb, the Sunday Splash Report, Week 18, that multiple teams are interested in trading for O'Connell, if they can't work out a deal, and the Wilf family is looking at, on one hand, 1 more year with Kevin O'Connell before he walks away wherever he wants to go, or trade him now if he's willing to be traded and if there's a team that wants to trade for him, it does make sense. It does make sense to get something now if he's got 1 more year and he's going to walk away anyway, and that's all premised on them not working out an extension with O'Connell, but that needs to be first order of business. That's the domino that needs to fall before any of the others do. So
what do you think they do at court? I guess they got to handle that first before they got to
figure out what's happening. Yeah, look, you know Jay well. Jay's not going to throw something out there that isn't well supported, unlike I would. Jay's going to be buttoned up, and Jay's going to chase down, rabbit holes that have rabbits at the bottom. This idea of multiple teams being interested in trading for O'Connell, it's rooted in tension in the relationship between O'Connell and the Vikings, tracing back to the reality that they didn't give him a contract after 2 years. They made him coach 1 more year before they were ready to talk extension, and they love him and they want to keep him, and that's fine, but it's still possible they reach an impasse between what the Wilfs will pay and what O'Connell wants. And if that's the case, you got to ask yourself, what are we going to do? Are we really going to go forward with a lame duck coach? Now, other teams have done it. Cowboys did it with Mike McCarthy. Or are we going to answer the call from one of these other teams that's looking for a coach that might want to trade for him? I just think that is the first order of business for the Vikings before anything else can be figured out. And they need to get that figured out as soon as possible.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.